Re! Viss ēters ir te!
I was quoting the example of Icelandic cinema, which is very powerful and very stable for last like 15 years at all. Every year you have a few Icelandic films in Icelandic language coming to the global market, to the festivals, and also to the distribution. Very talented, mostly, and original films. And Iceland has only 350,000 citizens. So you see, but no one considers this country as a small country because its culture, cinema and the music and the literature are great. So I think that the best investment for the country is its culture, and to support and to develop the creative possibilities and creative forces, and to invest in those filmmakers or writers who are not just conformists, who are really original, special, and brave, courageous. And then they will bring, you know, the knowledge about your country to the world in the way which is not like propaganda posters or tourist poster, but we speak something deeper about who we are and what we have to tell to the world. Cinema, of course, costs money more than other art, but you invest in the development, in the script writing, in the workshops, in the, you know, in the script doctors, teachers coming from over the Europe or over the world. You make the competition for the best project and you support it. You are making competition for low-budget movies and you support it. And you see that the group of very talented filmmakers is born after this kind of the work. But it has to be work made by the institutions and governments also, who understand that the culture is the best ticket also to the industry. You know, the book is probably like was written 10 years or even more years ago. I love Olga Tokarczuk's writing, and we always wanted to do something together. And this book had this story. The storyline was clear enough to translate it to the cinema. At least we thought that it would be easy. It wasn't, but it was easier than maybe with some of her other books. And it had very powerful and very well-designed character of eccentric older lady who is fighting for the justice, for the weak, forgotten, voiceless, for the animals, but also for the people who don't fit into the society, and is fighting with this patriarchal, cruel, brutal society when the male power and hunter's power decides about what is right, what is wrong. And she's angry. She is full of love, but she's also full of anger. And we wanted to show how the anger is born and what is the anger of our days. And if we don't have enough, we the women also, because it has very strong feminist, I think, flair, to let this older, white, rich, fat man destroy the planet and destroy the nature and destroy those who are voiceless. So it was like detective story. It was some kind of the thriller, mystery thriller, but in the same time it was quite clear political statement. And it became very relevant when the film opened, because in this moment we had in Poland, for example, the government, which was like if they stopped down from the screen, you know, the arrogant, brutal, patriarchal male, hating the nature, hating animals, hating ecologists, hating, you know, any independent spirits, hating the refugees, hating gays, etc., etc. Hateful, powerful people. So, and in reaction for against this kind of the attitude or of the agenda, the hundred thousands of people, and most of them women, stepped down on the streets to protest. So suddenly the movie was opening, and we had like the promotion made by the government and the opponents to the government. But it shows also that the talented writer and the writer with the nose and curiosity what's going on anticipates something which will happen. And I think that what we are missing in the cinema, European cinema today, it's exactly this appetite to check the temperature of the things before it's visible. Well, it's set in very particular time, early 30s of 20th century, when the fascism was born and when Stalin went to the second stage of the communist revolution, which changed to some kind of the totalitarian, you know, criminal regime. I think personally that the crimes against humanity made by communists are practically unknown today. That the people forgot it, the West forgot it, but also in the post-communist countries it somehow vanished to the background. And I read survey made in Russia a few years ago when Stalin won as the most important leader of the country. And imagine if it happens in Germany and Adolf Hitler wins this kind of the competition, we will be all very scared. And I'm scared also by the winning of Stalin. It shows what kind of memory this society has and this world has. So that was one reason. But that is not the film about totalitarianism, it's the film about the media, about the responsibility of media, corruption of media, and the courage of the journalist, investigative journalist, who discovers terrible crime, the Holodomor, it means the famine mostly in Ukraine, and tries to shake up the world and the politicians, but also the public opinion, that they will do something with that they will try to stop it. So, and he is discredited by his fellows, foreign correspondents, also the correspondent of the New York Times, Walter Durante, who happened to be Pulitzer Prize winner. And they are telling that this young man who went to the places and seen it with his own eyes is lying. They are serving Stalin's agenda, but also they are serving the agenda of Western governments who don't want to have the trouble with Stalin, because Hitler is raising and so on and so on. It means, and they are spreading the fake news in very similar way as some populist forces are using fake news in our days. The modernity brought a lot of problems and challenges. It's, you know, the new globalization, it is an internet revolution which changes everything, the communication between people, the way to make the politics, the circulation of information, the possibility to manipulate the truth. Climate changes and the danger of the catastrophe, gender changes, and the demographic changes also. The fear that the refugees after climate and globalization changes will come to these rich countries and will take over somehow in numbers. All this creates a lot of problems where are very difficult to deal with and answer and analyze and give some solutions to them. And populists come and they say, we have the solution. Well, they are also the part of the cinema, you know. It is a different form of storytelling and distribution, but in reality they are the stories, you know, audiovisual content which the people want to follow. And they took somehow place of middle cinema, which kind of disappear, with the interesting, powerful stories, but quite complicated storytelling and subjects. They are responding also to to this need of the audience of today to have more epical scope, to see the reality in more complex way. Film is a bit too short for our times. It is a bit like 19th century when the great novel became the most popular form. Well, apparently I'm against harassment of any kind, and I'm against I'm very much with Me Too movement and with the women who wants to raise voices against the abuse and the brutality. But I'm also against some kind of the media lynch, that because investigation you condemned already people to I don't know what really happened and how bad Kevin Spacey was. I didn't hear about it when I was working, but I know afterward that many people in the crew and other actors have been aware of some of his behavior, and they felt somehow, also abused by the fact that they have to somehow silently accept it. So I'm really sorry, because I find Kevin Spacey one of the most gifted and charismatic actors of his generation, and it will be really sad not to see him on screen never again. But I don't know how, it means I don't know what to do in this situation, frankly. I am waiting some kind of the legal solution. They have to know why they want to make this movie. Not only want, but why they have to make this movie. It means they have to have really deep and very, thought reasons to make this film and tell this story. And that is the first thing. Second thing, they have to be, if they have this very deep conviction that they have to do it, after also they have to stand for that. They have to fight for their truth. They have to be themselves.
What they need to speak about what kind of values?
Well, anybody is different. What is the greatest in the artistic activity is that you don't have the boundaries. You don't have the obligation to speak about political issues or about the social issues or about psychology. You can invent something completely crazy. You can be provocative. You can be blasphemous. You can, it's what the art is for, what the fiction is for, to try different things and express different things which you cannot do in regular life.